of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
Like, kind of like a lone wolf a little bit. And I don't know if I showed you this, but I actually have a tattoo that I got. So this is what I got when I was in DR. It's a lone wolf. And
oh my God.
Yeah, it's a lone wolf because I've handled things alone for a lot of my life too. When things with my dad used to go a certain way, I used to lock myself in my room and not tell anybody and just eat it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I relate to you in a lot of ways, and it's literally crazy.
That's so wild.
It's crazy.
God.
It's crazy, right? I'm like, I feel like over time, you know, as we get to know each other more, I feel like our relationship could really help repair and build each other from some of the things that, you know, we might have been through, and that's what it's about, you know, for me.
The more I get to know Juliana, the more I realize how compatible I am with her. And I'm telling you, it's rare that two people meet and have very similar stories. And I was trying to let her know that I'm in it all the way with her because our connection is so special.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of The Take. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on The Take on this Thursday, March 6, 2025. Join in the conversation using the hashtag TakeHealConnect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, Miss Karen. Tell a friend. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, let's get to the take. Here on the big story, we're still talking about President Trump's State of the Union address. This is the first State of the Union address in nearly 5 years. So 2020, it's been a long time. Man, it was here today and gone tomorrow. But the president delivered his State of the Union address, trying to address everything he's doing right now in this past almost 30 days, almost 45 days, you want to ask. Close to his 100 days. But President Trump didn't waste no time whatsoever. Here's what the president had to say about tariffs, about everything that he wants to do in his version of America, and all right here.
The tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military. And our country will be woke no longer. We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight. Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that.
Well, President Trump had a lot of detractors. He even addressed them right here.
For just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America? For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again. Our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there, they're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax.
The Democrats, this man cannot let things get to his skin. He is really thin skin when it comes to that. He don't have a thin skin. He just let folks just bother him, and he just goes on. Let it go, man. If they hate him, you must be doing something right. You know, hey, here's what it is. But he just can't help himself. Sometimes he get ahead of himself sometimes when he do stuff like that. But President Trump had a lot of detractors, even this detractor from the Senate right here.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber. Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Thank you. Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly
Representative. Yeah, that man with the cane, he let it be known, but he had to get expelled by President Trump and the rest of them. They weren't playing with him, but this man said he don't care. He's going to FAO and find out for what the president's going to miss out on stuff. President Trump really harsh on them tariffs, putting 25% tariffs on everything, including Prime Minister of Canada. Here's what he had to say.
To one specific American, Donald, even though you're a very smart guy, this is a very dumb thing to do.
Why are we trying to be mean to these folks? And they're going to go back and hit us with more tariffs. He's just trying to make the United States go up higher. Stop. You need to stop, man. President Trump, stop. You're doing too much. You're doing the most. Just run the country smooth. That's what people voted you for the price of eggs. You want to keep things high. And now people regretting voting for you because of their error of their ways. But some of them are going to find out eventually on how this is going to go. It's going to be painful, but long and suffering for the folks that voted for Trump. Trump's folks, how they're going to do down for them coming up. Even the Mexican president, we talked about it, they're not playing. Even they're trying to do tariffs on China. Stop it, please. Stop it with all these tariffs. Because next thing you know, grocery stores and prices are going to go up as well. So you know how they go. All right. In celebrity news, we go to the Oscars, which was this past week. A lot of folks won some big, including we thought running up like Wicked and stuff. Here's what the Oscars was through right here.
And the Oscar goes to? Are they playing us off?
No. Or maybe. Honora.
We made this movie for $6 million, shooting all on location in New York City with about 40 crew members. They're all back in New York. This is for you guys. Thank you so much. We made this movie independently. If you're trying to make independent films, please keep doing it. We need more. This is proof.
The Academy Awards had its moments. Adrian Brody won for Best Actor. Macaulay Culkin's little brother won for Best Supporting Actor. They're getting up there with these awards, racking up the awards and stuff. So we see how they're going to go for the Oscars. But it was nothing but the fashions. You see right here, a lot of people was wearing fashions throughout the crowd and stuff, which leads us to talk show. On Sherry. Sherry felt like some of the people who went to the Oscars were overly dressed and trying to show nudity. Here's what Sherry Shepherd had to say.
Was fully, you could see everything. Zoe Kravitz graced us with her butt crack. You could see everything. Megan Thee Stallion wore a dark green gown with only matching green pasties to cover up her breasts. And so this is where I have to put my Auntie Sherry wig on. And I say this with all of the love that I have. Ladies, this is not it. And I say this because there are young women, young girls who are looking up to all of you. All of you. And, like, you're going to have these young girls, these young ladies emulating you. And you remember when your grandmother would tell you, let them use their imaginations. Be a little mysterious. But, you know, when they look at these girls, they don't have any secrets. Nobody gets to use imagination or their mind. And I want to say, Megan Thee Stallion, this was fully, you could see everything. I love you. I do. But I'm so upset because God gave you a legitimate gift. You got it. You are amazing with your lyrical rhymes and how smart you are. And I know people, a lot of these celebrities, they say they don't want to be a role model. But here's the thing. It comes with the territory, being a role model. You can't escape it because, Megan, when you said you graduated from college, do you know how many young girls you inspired to go to school also? You didn't ask for that.
Hey, Sherry, mind you, this the Oscars. It's supposed to be fun form of fashion. I mean, you go there, hey, you want to create a spread. Ain't you cosplay as Beyonce? So let them do what they want to do. Even Megan Thee Stallion. We get she was trying to show her pasties, but hey, some of us may like it, some of us may not like it. It's just takes the others. But hey, that's Sherry Shepherd for you right there. Well, speaking of Sherry's old stumping ground, The View. The View had Porsha Williams, who's going to be coming back for the season 16 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She returns, and Porsha had talked about her divorce, life after divorce, what's next for her, and what she's looking forward to return to Real Housewives of Atlanta with this.
but becoming a mother was a different level of wanting to secure her future and my future, her safety and mine as well. So when it comes to financial freedom, that's something I took very serious about 8 years ago. I put a team around myself and made sure that our taxes are paid, everything's in line. You know, I wanted to be on top of things as a woman who didn't want to depend on a man like my first marriage. So I knew coming into this marriage, if it were to end, I had things set up like a prenup that was there to protect me and my assets and his assets for him. And then as far as a business, I already was doing business from Go Naked Hair from when I started with my first husband. But I started Pampered by Porsha sheet line, which has been doing very well. For women out there in America, if you are leaving a marriage, first of all, I applaud you for making a decision for you and doing what's right for you. It's hard to pick yourself when you become one with somebody because you're one. And then all of a sudden, when things are bad, you have to just choose you. So I went into a business that I was passionate about, which is decor and hair, and I'm acting now, so.
And you're doing all.
Porsha Williams looking forward to come back and making that comeback trail. As she did, she'll be the main anchor of the storylines, talking about her husband, her divorce from Simon Gabatha, who she's still married to. She's still trying to get a divorce, so we'll see if Porsha will get that divorce. Before we take our break, we want to remember a lot of folks that we lost. We lost a lot of folks. R&B singers. Roberta Flack passed away last week, and we just found out this past week as well, R&B singer, neo-soul legend Angie Stone passed away from a tragic car accident in Montgomery, Alabama. Man, everyone, you can be here today and gone tomorrow. So never bless your blessings and just love everybody as you love. And you never know what the next day might bring. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Tech. I'm your host as always, Kendrick Dix here on this March 6, 2025. Join in the conversation using the hashtag TakeHealConnect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty on the tape with the reality show clip. Now look at me tongue-tied. On The Bachelor, all right, we know Grant going through his trials of love. He's going through the girls' hometowns to get to know them and their parents. Well, Grant went to the hometown, each girl, and met their parents. Here's what that went down.
Week is everything. Tip approach, I have to feel comfortable around their family.
I think this man is my forever guy.
Did you just kiss my daughter? I'm gonna tell you, Dad. I got a problem on my ass.
You are the first person that I'll bring home that's not in our same religion.
I'm not Mormon. I have tattoos. I do drink sometimes. Do I have to become Mormon to be with this woman?
Did you see the dad right there? He act like a mob boss. He act like an Italian mob boss. He like, you better not kiss her right there. I don't know how far this is going to go, but I don't play with my daughter. You play, you kiss her, you better marry her. That's what them Italian folks like. That's like the Godfather. I'm telling you. Right now, Grant, you better be careful. But speaking of Grant being careful, Grant decided to go shopping, and he didn't know nothing about male kilt. Here's what Grant's idea was.
It's a sporran.
Is this like a...
It's a little purse for a man. It's a sporran.
Is this like a...
It's a little purse for a man.
There was a purse going on. I don't know what they keep in there, but I thought it was dope, you know? It was furry, it was fashionable. I'm feeling like I'm the Fresh Prince.
It's a sporran.
Grant felt like he was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Grant does a little favor like Will Smith, a little bit, the younger Will Smith in his day. But Grant, with that, speaking of Grant spent a date with Julia, and they talked about each person had addictions in their family. Take a look.
Smiling is like a coping mechanism for me in a lot of ways. I'm not, ignorant to that, but I spent a lot of my life being really sad. And I don't think it's a life to be lived in that mindset.
Juliana opened up about a family member that dealt with addiction. I feel for her, and I understand where she's coming from because same thing happened to me. Certain things in her life, she dealt with things alone. And to me, it's like I was looking at a reflection of myself.
You know, laughing and
Like, kind of like a lone wolf a little bit. And I don't know if I showed you this, but I actually have a tattoo that I got. So this is what I got when I was in DR. It's a lone wolf. And
oh my God.
yeah, it's a lone wolf because I've handled things alone for a lot of my life too. When things with my dad used to go a certain way, I used to lock myself in my room and not tell anybody and just eat it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I relate to you in a lot of ways, and it's literally crazy.
That's so wild.
It's crazy. It's crazy, right? I'm like, I feel like over time, you know, as we get to know each other more, I feel like our relationship could really help repair and build each other from some of the things that, you know, we might have been through, and that's what it's about, you know, for me.
The more I get to know Juliana, the more I realize how compatible I am with her. And I'm telling you, it's rare that two people meet and have very similar stories, and I was trying to let her know that I'm in it all the way with her because our connection is so special.
See, that even more Grant and Julia with their own dates right here. It's like Grant and Julia getting closer and closer. I think Grant might be thinking Julia might be the one, but who knows? It's still more girls out there. Well, Grant wanted the opinion of his close friend Joey, who was a Bachelor contestant, and here's what Joey told him to sort out his feelings right here.
This week is a lot harder than what I expected it to be, so I need Joey's advice because he's done this before.
You just got back from hometowns?
I just got back from hometowns.
All right, tell me about it.
It's been emotionally taxing. Like,
100%?
I didn't expect coming in here. Obviously, I knew, you know, I was going to develop feelings, but I didn't expect them to be so deep.
This is the week where it hits. I think the biggest thing is take a beat when you feel something. Your words are going to hold so much weight over these next couple of weeks.
Yes. I am a little bit nervous because my greatest fear is that I end up alone.
Is it rose ceremony tonight?
Yeah, tonight. Rose ceremonies are always the hardest. And tonight, it's going to be one of the hardest decisions that I've made.
I will tell you this, from being in your shoes, there is something to be said about like a gut feeling. I really listened to that throughout my whole journey on the show.
There's heartbreak involved tonight. And the only thing I can say is I don't follow my heart.
Grant's got a long way to go. If Grant wants to find love, he's going to have to find love one ways and other. But we'll keep a close eye on that with Grant coming up. All right. On The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16 is premiere coming up this week. Here's a sneak peek of what's going to go down with The Real Housewives of Atlanta right here.
This is The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Alrighty, let's do this.
It gets wild.
So my question was, why did she take that woman's husband? You are a low-down, dirty individual. You're being Portia's assistant. You're coming in hot.
Read the room.
I'm reading the room.
You're not.
You are bigger and you're better than that. Yeah, I wanted you to turn that off.
Juicy. The Real Housewives of Atlanta premieres Sunday at 8 on Bravo.
You see Porsha trying to get through a divorce. Shamika and Porsha having their friendship being tested. Will they still be friends or not? Newbies coming in, trying to find their footing. We'll find out with Kenya what's going on with her. And there's a lot going on with Atlanta. But catch the Atlanta premiere on Bravo this Sunday and on Peacock the next day, Monday. All right, the viral video of the week. We go to New Orleans as this police officer trying to talk some sense into this young man with this. as you see right there, that is more touching right there. That young man did not know what choice he was making, but the police officer tried to tell him, don't do nothing stupid. Just do the right thing and try to listen to your heart. And I think the policeman got through the young man, saying you could do more things rather than trying to steal or any else that he was trying to do. So we'll keep a close eye on that and how that's going to go down eventually for the police officer. But heartfelt right there, the police officer getting through to the young man. Thank you for watching this edition of The Take. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you again another time here on The Take. See you later.